Fuel and Flex.
Let's try this again.
No,
Yeah.
kind of throwing off a little bit of bleh. We're back with our second episode of Fuel and Flex. I think the first one was awesome.
It was
we got
awesome.
a lot of really good feedback.
Yeah, we got some messages too, which was cool. So now we kind of have an idea about what you guys are interested in hearing from us.
Joanna, so working out either in a fed state or in a fasted state.
Yes.
You hear so much different information
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
You know, what is your opinion on that matter coming from an RD?
Yeah, okay, so there's a couple things that come into play here. And obviously I'm gonna be that annoying dietitian and say it depends,
Well, that's what we
because
want,
it
that's what we
always
want.
does depend.
Yep.
It is individualized, right? And I think the biggest thing is how do you feel that you perform, because everybody's gonna be a little bit different. But generally, let's talk about it. It depends on what kind of exercise you're doing, the duration of your exercise, what your goals are. So, for example, if you're doing endurance exercise less than 60 minutes, a lot of people do like to work out in a fasted state, and that's fine.
Same.
Yeah. Plus 60 minutes, it gets a little bit into that zone where you do want to make sure that you're getting a little bit of that fuel source beforehand. We're talking about those carbohydrates specifically, so that you know that you're going to be fueled for that long duration. Strength training is a little bit different. Most people tend to perform better, lift heavier, crank more reps out if you do work out in a fed state.
That's me.
Yeah, and that's me too.
Yeah, I do not like working out hungry or
Yeah.
in a fasted state.
Yeah.
Like I just become hangry.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, and if your goals are to lift heavier and to get those gains, then you do want to make sure that you're fueling properly to make sure that you're able to do that. I do want to myth bust one thing. So you hear a lot of people on Instagram, for example, talking about how you burn more fat when you work out in a fasted state. Okay.
Fasted cardio.
Fasted cardio. So here's the thing. Yes, while you may burn more fat as fuel during that exercise session, that does not mean that you're going to burn more fat in the long term. To
Why
burn,
not? I didn't even know that.
yeah, to burn more fat in the long term, it comes down to energy balance. Period.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. So
Calorie deficit, calorie
it does
surplus.
not matter whether you work out and are using fat as a fuel source for 25 minutes. If you're going to burn more fat, and that is your goal, then it's about energy in, energy out at the end of the day, and there's a lot of factors that come into play there.
I love it. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Awesome.
I'm on my own fitness journey thanks to this guy here.
You're crushing
And,
it, by the way.
oh,
Absolutely crushing it.
But sometimes we're sore. Like we work out, we get sore, but we want to kind of push through. Should you work out if you feel
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. So I
Okay.
did leg day yesterday. The thought of even doing a lunge right now is going to make me vomit because
Okay.
my legs are so lit up right now.
Okay.
So there's multiple reasons as to why.
Okay.
You know, if you work out a sore muscle, you don't give it the adequate time it needs to repair. All right. Plus, you won't perform as good.
Right.
Example. So like if I did 200-pound squat yesterday,
yeah.
there's no way I come even close to doing 200-pound squat
Right.
today.
Right.
I'd probably bang out 100.
Right.
Okay? And I increase the risk of injury, and my range of motion probably won't even be there.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
most people should be working out a muscle 1 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
Depending on how well they recover.
That's fair.
But if you stick to like the 2 per week is perfect. You know, most people need anywhere between 60 to 72 hours to recover, so not feel that sore anymore. And at the end of the day, you want to do this for a long time. You know,
Yeah.
you want to be able to work out for the rest of your life. You don't want to push yourself and injure yourself in the gym. So
Thanks for staying with us.
Yeah,
We'll be back
awesome.
again next time with more questions.
let's go. That was not a good ending. Let's do that again.
Okay. If you have more questions, let us know so we can continue this awesome series.
Yeah. So either send her a DM, me a DM,
Yeah.
comment on this video. We want questions. We want to answer them for you. And share this video with all of your friends.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let me see that flex again. Well, it's getting there. It's bigger. It's like twice the size of last week.